Welcome back to Two Chord Camp Songs for Ukulele. My name is M. Ryan Taylor, and today we will be covering Throw It Out the Window. This song begins on an A, our open first string, and our first chord is an F chord. Here we go. 1 and a 2. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window, the second story window. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. When Jack fell down, he broke his crown and threw it out the window, the second story window. When Jack fell down, he broke his crown and threw it out the window. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. But leave her alone, for when they come home, she'll throw them out the window, the second story window. But leave her alone, for when they come home, she'll throw them out the window. Tisket-a-tasket, a tisket-a-tasket, a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, then threw it out the window, the second story window. I wrote a letter to my love, then I threw it out the window. Little Miss Muffet still sits on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. And when a great spider will sit down beside her, she'll throw it out the window, the second story window. And when a great spider will sit down beside her, she'll throw it out the window. All right, so there we go. Throw It Out the Window. That's a pretty famous fair song. We take various nursery rhymes and shoehorn them into the framework of the song. There's really many possible verses that you could use for this song. Many different nursery rhymes will actually work. Sometimes you have to change the words a little bit to make them fit, but you get some pretty comic results when you do. As far as our strumming techniques, I was doing mainly a triplet strum. Down, thumb up, down, thumb up, down, thumb up. And then in the transition between the two sections where we go from 6/8 into 2/4, I just did 2 downs, and then I switched into the common strum. Down, down, up, down, right? Okay, so let me just demonstrate the transition. Down, thumb, up, down, 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 up, down, right? Okay, and let me do it with the words now. So, the cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window, the second story window. But when she got there, right? And then we just transition back and forth between those two time signatures. And the same thing happens at the end. When she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window, right? And then we go back into 6/8 at the beginning of the next verse. And that's basically all there is to it. Now, it does take a big bit of practice to make that transition. One of the important things to remember, though, is even though it sounds like you're going faster in the 2/4, what you're really doing is keeping the eighth notes constant. And so if you can feel that eighth note pulse, cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window, right? So, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, right? 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and right? Let me see if I can keep that constant pulse. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So you see how I kept that the same, right? This tapping going, right? 1 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So if you keep those eighth notes constant and just switch from a triple feel to a duple feel, you instantly get that feeling of being propelled faster. Not because the subdivisions are faster, but because the beats come faster. So you still have two beats, but you're subdividing them differently. A mistake I think in this one would be to try and keep the beat steady rather than the subdivision steady. So with that in mind, why don't you sing along with me on the first verse? Here we go. 1 and 2. Old Mother Cupboard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window, the second story window. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window. And so that keeps that subdivision very constant and the same, and you still get that feeling of being propelled forward in sort of the joke chorus. This is another sort of BA type song where it's the third line of the song that's really different from the rest of the song. Now, next time we are going to be covering Who Did Swallow Jonah. This is a kind of a fun Bible camp song. So I hope to see you back for that one. Until then, just keep practicing, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and Yukon.